Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katrina, a yoga teacher and personal trainer in Southern Utah, and today I'm going to guide you through my favorite stretching routine for the hips and hamstrings. All you need for this class today is a mat and a strap. I'm using an infinity strap, but your strap does not have to look like mine. If you have a standard yoga strap, that will work. You can use a scarf, you can use a belt from a bathrobe, you can use a tie, a long sock. So see if you've got something around that will work as a strap, and we'll go ahead and get started. Remember to listen to your body. I never want you forcing anything or pushing through pain. Everything is always optional, so if something hurts or doesn't feel right, you can always leave it out as needed. We're gonna go ahead and lie down on our backs today. Just make sure your strap is close by. We're not gonna use it right away, but you will be needing it soon. We'll lie down on our backs. And you're gonna hug your right knee in towards your chest, just holding on behind your right thigh here. We're gonna flex the toes back towards the shin and then extend your right leg up. You might not completely straighten the leg. It's okay if you still have a bend in your knee. As you settle in here, I just want you to notice what you feel and where you feel it. A stretch up the back of your leg, maybe into the sole of your foot or the back of your ankle. We'll go ahead and point the toes up towards the ceiling. Notice how the stretch changes as you do this. You might feel it more in the top of the foot or the front of the ankle now. You're gonna let the whole stretch go. Bend back into your knee, think heel to thigh. Flex the toes back towards your shin. Extend the leg up. Point the toes to the sky and bend your knee, letting the whole stretch go. Flex the toes back, extend the leg, point the toes, and bend the knee. And just carry on through this movement, easing in and out of the stretch. This is going to allow us to get a deeper stretch when the time comes to hold. And it's also just a lovely way to warm up your hamstrings and prep your body for the static stretch to come. We'll do a couple more rounds. Now this time as you flex the toes back and extend the leg, I want you to keep the leg up, point the toes, and as slow as you can, start to circle the ankle. The biggest, slowest circles you can make without pain. Like you're drawing circles on the ceiling with your big toe. Now let's reverse those circles, take them the other direction, moving as slowly as you can. And then we're gonna flex the toes back towards your shin. Here's where we'll find our strap. You're gonna loop that strap around the arch of your foot. Hold on to the strap with both hands. Continue flexing the toes back towards the shin. It's still okay if you have a little bend in that right knee. Now your left leg does not have to stay bent. You can extend that left leg down to the ground if that feels good. I'm feeling extra tight today, so I'm gonna keep my left knee bent. If you'd like to go a little deeper into this stretch, you can always walk your hands further up the strap towards your foot. You might even be able to reach the foot. If you can, feel free to hook your peace fingers around your big toe. We're looking to find our edge within this stretch, the place where we feel a really deep stretch with intensity and sensation, but no pain. And we want to be able to breathe through the sensation, breathe into the sensation. Slow, deep breaths here. If you're struggling to breathe or holding the breath, this might be an indicator that you've gone too deep within a stretch. You can always ease back at any time if needed. Now from here, we're gonna go into an outer thigh stretch. So you're gonna grab hold of your strap with your left hand. So you've got the strap in opposite sides, hand and foot. We'll reach our right arm out to our side with the palm facing up, and you're slowly gonna allow that right leg to drift across your midline over to the left. You decide how far you take this. You might go a couple of inches past your midline, or maybe you go a couple of feet past your midline. For me, this is a really tough one, so I like to ease in and out, slowly bringing my leg back to center for a little reprieve, and then releasing back into the stretch. If it feels good for you to find that stretch and hold still within it, you're welcome to stay put. If you'd rather move in and out with me, you can exhale to cross over into that stretch. And inhale to bring your leg back to center. Wherever you want to be, we're going to do a couple more rounds of breath. And we'll bring our leg back to center. We'll keep our right foot in the strap. We're just going to switch hands. So right hand is going to grab hold of your strap. Your left arm is going to reach out to your side, palm face up. And then you're slowly going to begin to open up, lowering your right leg out to the right. If your left knee is bent, you might drop your left knee the other way. Now, I care less about how close your right leg gets to the ground, and I care more about that left hip staying heavy. So see if you can keep your left butt cheek down on your mat, even if that means you don't go as far into the stretch. If you're clenching your jaw or your hips or your thighs, remember to soften, let that tension go. Relax into the stretch and breathe through it. On your next inhale, slowly bring your legs back in towards your midline. We're going to remove the strap from around the right foot and we're going to come into a figure four. So you'll cross your right ankle over your left thigh, flexing your toes back towards the shin. You can keep your left foot down on the ground if you'd like. Maybe you use the right hand to push your knee away. And if you're not quite feeling enough here, you can add some intensity by hugging the left knee in towards your chest. Maybe your right hand threads between the legs and you hold on behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. From here, I want you to think about keeping both ankles active, flexing those toes back towards the shins. Pull the left knee in towards your chest as you actively push the right knee away from your chest. And we want to feel that stretch in the back of the right hip here. Those glute muscles that make up your right butt cheek, maybe even deeper under the glutes into your piriformis, that chronically tight muscle that lies deep in your hip. Feel free to be still here as you settle into the stretch, or maybe you want to rock slowly from side to side. If you're still craving a bit more here, you could come into a shoelace stretch. You bring your knees in towards each other. So like you're trying to stack your right knee right over top of the left. Now from here, you can grab your ankles, your shins, or you can grab hold of your heels and pull in a little closer. Just remember to keep those ankles active. A couple more rounds of breath here. Now, if you're in your shoelace stretch, I want you to return to your figure 4 and lower that left foot back down to the ground. We're going to keep our legs in this figure 4 shape, and you're going to let that figure 4 fall to the left side. Maybe coming all the way down to the ground. So my entire left leg and the sole of my right foot are down on the ground here. If that feels like too much of a strain, you can always prop a cushion under your thigh, or you can just hover off the ground here. Maybe your left hand grabs your right ankle if it feels good, if it's available. And we can reach our right arm out the other way and gaze over the right shoulder. So this is our figure 4 twist. If your twist with the legs in this figure 4 position doesn't feel good, try stacking the knees instead. You can always take your preferred variation of a twist if you have a favorite here. If you're in the figure 4, you might think about continuing to press that knee away from the chest like we did earlier. Like you're trying to point that right knee straight up towards the ceiling. Relax into your twist. Softening a little bit more with every exhale. If you're holding onto your ankle, you're going to let it go. Bring your legs back up to center. Uncross from that figure 4. Let's heel toe our feet out about as wide as our mat and windshield wiper the knees. And we're going to do all of that on the other side. So you'll bring your legs back to center. And we'll hug the left knee into the chest. Remember, we're holding on behind the thigh to get started here. And we'll go into that nerve glide. So you're going to flex the toes back towards the shin, extend the left leg as much as you comfortably can, taking a moment here, just noticing what you feel and where you feel it. And then we can point the toes and just feel how that stretch changes, moves to a different part of the foot and ankle. Bend back into your left knee, think heel to thigh as you let the whole thing go. Flex the toes back, extend the leg up, point the toes up, and bend the knee. And just continue to glide here in and out of that stretch. Opening up the hamstrings, noticing if you're feeling any different than the other side, maybe tighter on this side, maybe more open. Or you might feel like the legs getting a little straighter as you work through these repetitions. The next time we extend the leg, we're going to keep it up, point the toes firmly, slowly circle the ankle as slow as you can go. And reverse those circles. Be the tortoise, not the hare. Really take your time. We're moving 1 mile per hour here. Once you complete this final circle, you're going to flex the toes back, find your strap, and loop it around the arch of your left foot. Finding where you need to be to get a good hamstring stretch up the back of that left leg. Maybe you keep your right foot on the ground with that right knee bent, or perhaps you extend your right leg all the way down. Maybe you pull your leg further into the stretch and walk your hands up the strap. Or maybe you lower the leg and bend into your knee. It does not have to look anything like it did on the other side. So just explore for a moment and find what your body needs in this moment. And then from here, just be still and breathe. Breathing into the sensations you feel. And then from here, we're gonna take hold of that strap in our right hand. You're gonna reach your left arm out to your side with the palm facing up. You're slowly going to let your left leg drift to the right, across your midline. You decide how far past your midline you go. Feel free to hold the stretch, or if you wanna flow with me, inhale back to center. And exhale to cross over, feeling that outer thigh and hip stretch on your left leg. Inhale back to center. Exhale into that stretch. A couple more rounds of breath. Let's return back to center. We're gonna trade hands, taking that strap into your left hand now. Right arm is gonna reach out to your side, palm up. Remember to keep this right hip grounded as you slowly open up into your inner thigh and groin stretch. Right hip is heavy. Don't worry about how close your left leg gets to the ground. Remind your hips to relax into the stretch. Unclench your jaw and soften into your pelvic floor. Just a few more rounds of breath. On your next inhale, we'll slowly come back to center. Removing your strap, we'll find our figure four. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Flexing the left toes back towards the shin. Feel free to keep your right foot down on the ground, maybe using your left hand to push that knee away from your chest. If you'd still like more here, you can hug your right knee into the chest, either holding on in front of the right shin or behind the right thigh. And remember, we're pulling the right knee in, we're pushing the left knee away. We're keeping both ankles active as you flex the toes back. Does it feel better to be still in this stretch or to rock gently? Does the stretch feel any different than the other side? Just observing what you find here. Maybe staying in this figure four or finding your shoelace stretch. Stacking the left knee over top of the right, holding onto the shins, the ankles, or the heels as you pull the legs in. From the shoelace stretch, we'll return to the figure 4. Set your right foot back down on the ground. You can keep this figure 4 intact as you allow it to fall to the right. So your right leg and then the sole of your left foot are on the ground if that's available. Maybe you take a cushion under your thigh if you'd like. Right hand can grab your ankle. Left arm can reach out the other direction as you look over the left shoulder. And then see if you can point that left knee up towards the ceiling. Or perhaps you prefer to stack your legs instead for a milder twist. If you're holding onto your ankle, you're going to let it go. Let's bring that figure 4 back up to center. Uncross your legs. Heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. And windshield wiper your knees. And then we'll bring the legs back to center. And let's step your feet in so they're about hip width. Now from here, you're gonna bring your right foot and you're gonna thread it behind your left foot. You're gonna allow your right knee to drop down towards the ground. It's gonna have your right ankle pinned into place on that left side. Maybe your left hand grabs your right foot, only if that feels good here. Right arm can rest down to your side with your palm facing up, or maybe out to your side or even overhead. So just kind of explore the positioning of that right arm. Find what feels best here. I like to kind of circle around, looking for that sweet spot. Remember, we don't want to feel any strain in the shoulder. Remind every part of your body to let go here as you settle, fully relaxing into the pose. And just notice where you feel the sensations of the stretch. Maybe you're feeling it over the front of your right hip and thigh. Or maybe you feel it more around your knee, or foot, or ankle. If the right arm is overhead, you might feel this more into the side body or up the arm. Can you feel the line of connection from your right fingertips all the way down to your toes? With that right arm reaching overhead, we're stretching down the entire right side of the body here. If your right arm is overhead, you're going to slowly bring it back down to your side. If you're holding onto your foot, go ahead and let it go. Slide that right foot in and plant it back down on your mat. We're going to do this on the other side. So you're going to thread your left foot behind the right. So left foot goes behind the right ankle, and you lower that left knee down towards the ground. Maybe your right hand grasps your foot. Left arm can rest anywhere here, down to your side, out to your side, up overhead. Maybe you do a couple of semicircles, just exploring And looking for your favorite place to settle into the stretch. Relaxing into your hips, feeling that length through the front of your hip. A gentle stretch around your knee, your foot, your ankle. And if you're reaching that left arm overhead, I want you to follow the stretch from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. If your left arm is overhead, slowly bring it back down to your side. If you're holding your foot, you can release it. You're gonna slide your left foot out from behind the right. Let's hug both knees into the chest. Take a couple of rocks from side to side. And then slowly lower both feet down to the ground. Carefully roll to your favorite side and push your way up to an easy seat. Thank you all so much for stretching with me today. I hope this felt good. If you've got any requests for future classes, go ahead and put it in the comments down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up for me. Thanks.